All right, everyone. Rod Trent here, doing the Substack Live thing. This is actually, well, we'll see how it works out. Should be pretty cool. Um, I mentioned earlier in Monday Minutes this week that there will be no Monday Minutes this following Monday just because I'm traveling. I'll be in Paris celebrating my 35th wedding anniversary next week. My wife and I, on Monday, which is the 24th, is our actual anniversary, and we're flying to Paris, which should be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it. I've been to Paris several times. My wife has never been, but to tell you the truth, if I ever go for work, I usually kind of stay. I don't know if you're like me, but I kind of stay in the actual hotel and I tend to work. You see me moving around. I'm actually trying to get my steps in for the day um, at my standing desk. Kind of haven't been able to do much of it today. Had to get my travel haircut. Um, but like I said, no Monday Minutes. It's going to be a couple weeks before we have those again. But I did want to come on live, at least number one, to test the Substack Live feature. But then number two, I wouldn't be able to talk about it in Monday Minutes since there isn't one on Monday, since I will be in the air. But there's actually a pretty significant new security flaw that I think you should all be aware of. And I did want to at least put this out there for those that can join. And good day, everyone that has joined already. But then I'll also put this recording out there as well. Hey, there's a new phishing attack that's going on that I thought, wow, is that serious? Which affects literally any email system, whether, mostly the consumer version of things like Gmail, Yahoo, and Microsoft, like Outlook.com and things like that. But still, it's important to know about this stuff, even for those individuals that we manage as far as end users, because they do use those things. They do use those consumer type of email systems, Gmail, Yahoo, and Microsoft. And sometimes they use those, well, a lot of times they use those on corporate equipment. So let's just kind of go over this a little bit. So from an attack overview, it's a phishing attack targeting, of course, Gmail, Yahoo, and Microsoft. That does what? Oh my goodness. It actually bypasses two-factor authentication, right? MFA. Which to me, I knew that would probably happen eventually, but for a lot of us, that tends to be the thing that's going to help protect us. But here's kind of how this works. The hackers will send a URL in an email, of course, that fakes a sign-in page and then starts capturing sensitive data. So it's a fake page, which looks professional or looks like it might be something valid. And you know how our end users are. They are easy to trick, unfortunately. So it's generally our job to educate them, say, hey, just stop clicking on things. If you think it's potentially suspect, ask me, or ask somebody, or ask Copilot, or ask Gemini, ask all these assistants. They're actually doing a pretty good job as it is. So this, there's a tool that's being used that has been developed using AI to develop this tool. Imagine that. It's called Astaroth, and it literally intercepts the two-factor authentication token in real time. All right. So literally all of these traditional security measures that we are utilizing through two-factor authentication isn't effective. All right. Astaroth is sold on the dark web marketplace, developed using AI, sold for like $2,000, right? But $2,000 is kind of a small number. Obviously, this person wants to sell a lot of them. It's promoted on Telegram. Obviously cybercrime forums, but Telegram is the one thing I wanted to point out because we have lots of end users that still use Telegram to try to bypass sometimes official communications or connect with their friends. Some people use WhatsApp. I'm more of a fan of that, I guess, because more people use it. So here's the expert advice. I have to jump here shortly to a meeting, but here's the expert advice. All right. Be cautious of suspicious links. Watch your organization, watch your users for things like Telegram use. Watch your users for clicking on things or utilizing email systems outside of your organization. If they want to do that at home, educate them and remind them that they should still not click on suspicious links. But if they're doing it in an organization that you are purview of, then you need to actually put some kind of system in place to ensure that you can monitor those things. A good security information event management system, SIM or SIEM, whatever you want to call it, is Microsoft Sentinel. But there's Splunk and other things, and Defender, but monitoring is super important. All right. So that's my little tidbit for the day. I wanted to put that out there. I would have normally, like I said, included that in a Monday Minutes, but I thought it was important enough just to share with you quickly over Substack Live, because I won't see you all for about 2 weeks. Like I said, I'll be in Paris next week celebrating 35th wedding anniversary. And I promise you, if I pick up the computer or I look at my phone too long while my wife is with me, I'm probably going to get yelled at. So I'm going to do my best not to do that next week. The following week, I'll be in Denmark, actually in Copenhagen at Experts Live, speaking, delivering a State of the Union for Security Copilot, and then also talking about our Secure Future initiative at Microsoft in a panel, which should be super interesting, but also spending a lot of time. I've built some really good friendships with folks over in Denmark, and so I'm looking forward to that as well. And my wife has never been to Denmark. The unfortunate thing is we're actually putting her to work. She's going to help work the conference while we're there. So, but she seems to be excited about that, or at least she's bucking up and not really complaining about it yet. But I'll be back in about 2 weeks. We'll talk to you all then. I appreciate your time as always, and I appreciate your patronage to my blog, to my Substack here. Thank you. Have a great weekend. We'll talk soon.